WXII 12 News at 6 starts right now.
We're a big family, but to be a big family and still feel empty, I mean, that's how much she meant to us.
Tonight, children of a beloved longtime Davie County school bus driver are remembering their mom who died while driving students home yesterday. Plus, protests to address climate change take over the country and cities right here in the Piedmont Triad. But first at 6, the 2020 race for the White House continues to weave through North Carolina. Democratic candidate Senator Bernie Sanders made a few stops in Greensboro today after holding a campaign rally in Chapel Hill last night. Now, Sanders held a town hall at Bennett College and also toured the International Civil Rights Center and Museum in downtown Greensboro. And that's where we find our Bill O'Neill with more on his message and purpose in the Triad.
Back in 2016, Bernie Sanders came to Greensboro, the Coliseum. More than 9,000 people turned out for him. Only a handful of those supporters were African American. Well, today the presidential candidate returns to Greensboro. This time his first stop, the Greensboro Civil Rights Museum. Among those on hand to welcome him, Guilford County Commissioner Skip Alston. Sanders has lost ground in the latest poll. Joe Biden still number one, with Democrats Elizabeth Warren surging past Sanders into second place. Sanders' support has been strongest among young voters, not as strong among black voters.
I'm proud to be a part of this campaign. I'm excited to be a part of this campaign. I'm taking a part of my life to be here because I think it's vital, and I know that I'm with the candidate who has the power, the wisdom, and the vision to transform this country.
Were you more concerned with Elizabeth Warren or Joe Biden?
I'm concerned every day with knocking on doors and telling people about what Bernie Sanders can do in the community. I'm not concerned about any other candidate. I know the policies, the platform, the principles, the politics of this campaign. We just reached 1 million donors yesterday.
Senator Sanders also made a stop today at Bennett College, a visit with the Bells. Last night he was in Chapel Hill. This weekend he's headed to South Carolina. The senator is on a tour of college campuses. In Greensboro, I'm Bill O'Neill, WXII 12 News.
In addition to that, during his time in Greensboro, Senator Sanders joined a local demonstration about climate change. Protests are happening now in cities nationwide in the Triad, and that includes Winston-Salem. Their mission to have lawmakers step up to slow down the rate of climate change. And our Kirsten Gutierrez takes us to the demonstration that happened in downtown Greensboro.
Children, students, and adults of all ages united here at Center City Park in Greensboro to protest the lack of action taken to protect our planet.
Save the Earth! Save the Earth! I think the climate is the most important thing we could be working toward addressing, and so it's neat to see that young people know people are here together trying to, advocate.
Hundreds attended the Greensboro climate strike, joining more than 150 countries calling for change.
I feel like it's starting a conversation because there's more power in numbers, and with these numbers that are coming out to these strikes, we're seeing that a lot of people care about this issue, and it makes you more ready to do something about it.
Democratic presidential candidate Bernie Sanders stopped by the strike while campaigning in the area. He says he didn't come as a candidate, but rather a U.S. senator who wants to prevent irreparable damage.
You are developing an international grassroots movement that says there is nothing more important than saving the planet.
Students like Hunter Martin are already making changes where they can.
I feel like right now it's like recycling and also like the use of plastic straws too, especially on our campus. We've been trying to eliminate that in our cafes and food court areas too.
Dozens performed a die-in during the strike to represent animals and the environment impacted by climate change. A second wave of climate strikes is planned for September 27th. In Greensboro, Kirsten Gutierrez, WXII 12 News.
State law now requires all counties to use paper ballots or machines that can still print paper ballots for the upcoming elections. Today, election officials in Forsyth County showed off 3 options for new voting equipment. Now, 3 companies showed how each of their machine works and took questions in hopes of assuring people that their vote is safe with them. The Board of Election will then recommend a company to the County Commission next week. From there, it is state law to then test that company in the next available election, which will be the November 2019 municipal election. The field of Democratic presidential candidates continues to shrink. In fact, New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio announced that he's going to end his campaign. In a statement, de Blasio says that he contributed all that he can to the Democratic Party. He also says that he's still committed to fighting for workers everywhere. Stick with WXI 12 News as the 2020 election season continues. We're going to bring you full coverage of the presidential candidates' visits and more on North Carolina's governor's race. Our Commitment 2020 coverage can be found online anytime. Tonight, the family of a beloved Davie County school bus driver is mourning her death. Colleen Gaither had a medical emergency while behind the wheel of a Davie County school bus. It's a high school bus when it happened. No students were harmed. Our Steve King joins us now live from Davie County High School to tell us about Colleen's life and the legacy she leaves behind.
Talitha, well, students here at Davie County High School painted this spirit rock as you see here in honor of Colleen Gaither, who had been with the Davie County school system since 1977. Now today we spoke with her children, who she loved dearly, but they say she treated all the kids she drove on the school bus over the years like they were her own.
We're a big family, but to be a big family and still feel empty, I mean, that's how much she meant to us.
Family members say Colleen Gaither was a loving and giving person. Gaither had 7 children of her own, but as a bus driver and cafeteria worker in the Davie County school system for more than 40 years, she was like a mom to many in the community.
Every time I see somebody, they be like, "Is your mom Colleen Gaither?" I'd be like, "Yeah, that was my bus driver." I said, "How old are you?" 55. So she's been doing it a long time, but I know her. She loved the kids. She loved just being there for them kids. She had eyes in the back of her head, she told me. She had moments where she'd do like this. That means turn around, sit down, slide to the side, slide to the right. Yeah.
She could drive the bus better than she could drive a car.
Yeah.
But on Thursday, just as she had done thousands of times before, she began to take kids home from Davie County High School. However, she had a medical emergency on Farmington Road and died. School district leaders say no students were harmed and the bus was able to come to a complete stop. They also say medical personnel tried to save Gaither's life, but were unsuccessful. She was 77 years old.
I haven't really accepted that she's gone. I'm still in disbelief, and I just feel like I haven't accepted it. I'm just like a chunk of my heart is broken.
Now, a grieving family is just left with the memories and the lessons they've learned along the way.
And don't give up. That's what she's always told me. Don't give up. Get through it. Push through it. You know, we're going to go through hard times and we're going to go through ups and downs, but we have to learn to push through it.
Support staff has been made available to all students and staff here at Davie County High School. Again, school district leaders say that no students were harmed in all of this and the bus was able to come to a complete stop. Reporting live from Davie County High School in Mocksville, Steve King, WXII 12 News.
Happening now, High Point police are trying to track down whoever shot and killed a man riding on a moped this afternoon. It happened on Wise Avenue near Sharon Street just after 2 p.m. Officers say the man was shot in the back. His name is not being released yet as police continue their investigation. Well, High Point police are also looking for the person behind a triple shooting that left one teenager dead. Officers tell us that Isaiah Rory is wanted on first-degree murder charges in the death of 17-year-old D'Anthony Little. No other people were hurt or shot Monday night, and we do know that police say that Rory is about 6 feet tall, 250 pounds, and should be considered armed and dangerous. If you see him, call 911 immediately. This afternoon, family and friends gathered for a memorial and balloon release for D'Anthony Little at 5 Points Park. This is on Gordon Street in High Point. Again, call police if you have any information about where his suspected killer, Isaiah Rory, may be. A homeowner takes matters into his own hands when 3 men try to rob him. The Forsyth County District Attorney's Office says that the victim fired a fatal shot in self-defense, but that homeowner is still facing some charges tonight. On August 27th, deputies were called to a home on Reed Road in Winston-Salem. 3 people, including 21-year-olds Jamar Bynum and Malik Tiburon, are charged with trying to rob 23-year-old Kadavius Meeks. We do know that Meeks is also facing charges for maintaining a dwelling and possession with intent to sell marijuana. Investigators believe that the robbery was drug-related. 20-year-old Jackie Cooper was shot and killed during that robbery. No one will face charges in his death. New at 6, Winston-Salem, Forsyth County's new superintendent is responding to reports of guns found on 2 different schools today. 18-year-old Anthony Toribio was found with a stolen gun at Carver High School this morning. A gun was also found in 17-year-old Tavon Jolly's backpack at North Forsyth High School. Officers say no one was ever threatened. Now, Superintendent Dr. Angela Harrison says, quote, students should not have guns. We must start thinking about ways to address why children have access to weapons and why they feel the need to bring them to school. Happening now, people are paying their final respects to the Reverend Dr. Carlton Eversley. He died Monday at the age of 62. Dr. Eversley was the pastor of Delarick Presbyterian Church in Winston-Salem for 35 years. He also taught at Wake Forest and Winston-Salem State Universities. He served on the Winston-Salem chapter of the NAACP. His visitation lasts until 6 o'clock tonight at Emmanuel Baptist Church. That's also where Eversley's funeral will take place tomorrow at 1 p.m.